Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Today, we are starting the final case. Episode select, come on. Turnabout for tomorrow. Let us begin. I'm so glad I turned it out for tomorrow. Also, I don't fucking know what happened with the audio last time. No one can escape their past. Hi, Athena. The sins we've committed, and the sadness we've caused. No matter how far we run, our past remains, as ever-present as the moon in the sky. It looms in wait for the day when we are forced to face it. But only in doing so can we truly make peace and move on and hope towards tomorrow. December 20th, 1:23 p.m. Wright, anything, agency. They took Athena from the courtroom, straight to the station. I want to see what I have. I have all the evidence from last case. Age 18, Athena Sykes, age 18, a new lawyer at the agency. She's been arrested as a suspect in the case. Currently working on his own, he says he wants to bring his friend's killer to justice, but I wonder if that's all. Anything else? Yeah, nothing else is different. Maybe you're different? Convicted of the murder at the Space Center 7 years ago. He's chasing a phantom he saw back then. They just... That's supposed to be a big reveal. She's probably being questioned at this very moment. After this past year, I took it for granted that those two would always be here. But now, Apollo has gone off on his own to seek his own truth. And my pursuit of the truth only ended up with Athena becoming the new suspect. Some boss I turned out to be. It's even quieter in here than usual. Yeah, it seems so empty too. I just don't get it, Daddy. All of your reasoning during the trial seemed perfectly solid. Yeah, I still believe it was. At least, based on what we know. But now, Athena is the one who's being accused. During the trial for the bombing and murder that occurred at the Cosmos Space Center, the lighter used by the real culprit was found. This lighter proved the defendant, Solomon Starbuck, innocent. But Athena's prints were found on it instead. and she was subsequently arrested for the murder.
But Athena couldn't have done it. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, none of it does. I've been racking my brain, but I just can't figure it out. Ah, where is the flaw in my reasoning? What have I got wrong in this case?
You know, Daddy, if Athena was here, she wouldn't just be sitting around thinking. She'd be out there doing something. You are going to defend Athena, right, Daddy?
Of course I will. And thanks, Drusy. I needed that push. I'll be right back. I need to get a drink. Listen to Athena's name. Alright. And of course I will. And thanks, Drusy. I needed that push. Drusy's right. The trial is tomorrow. There's no time to waste. If I'm going to prove Athena's innocence, I'd better get out there and find some evidence.
Off we go then. We're on a hunt for evidence that'll prove Athena's innocence.
I kind of wish Drusy was, the counsel for this case. She's not, sadly. Somebody else is. You'll see. Great. But before we go, I'd better tidy up the evidence I have on hand. Unnecessary evidence left at the office. Athena's probably still in the middle of being questioned. So Drusy's right. The thing to start with is talking to people at the Space Center.
Just presenting your attorney's badge. It's like your quick trick, huh, Daddy?
So it's just a trick to you, huh?
Well, you are one of the talents in our Wright Anything agency after all. But I have to say that an attorney's badge won't get many laughs.
I don't care if I don't get laughs, as long as I can clear my client's name.
That's a good one, Daddy.
I'm no match for you, though, Drusy. What to do?
I still can't believe Apollo really left us.
It was so sudden.
Maybe you got tired of being my assistant for my magic tricks?
I don't think it's your fault, Drusy.
But...
Excuse me?
But I made him clean the toilet a lot. And I made him go bring in the newspaper. It was my fault. I just know it. Oh, Apollo.
I really don't think it was your fault, Drusy. But I didn't realize Apollo was wearing so many hats around here either.
How could they suspect Athena? It's just ridiculous. It must be some kind of conspiracy.
A conspiracy, huh? Well, it certainly is some kind of mistake, that's for sure.
First of all, we have to bust Athena out of the detention center. Then we have to chase down the people who framed her. We'll sneak around the world from Kiev to Carolina. The fuzz hot on our tails.
Is that exactly the same as the plot of the movie you watched the other day?
Shut up!
I love them. We get to actually see their dynamic. December 20th, Cosmos Space Center. Entrance. Director Cosmos, do you have a minute? Ugh. Galactic Scooter! Full speed ahead! I guess not. Director! He scooted away.
His expression changed the instant he saw you, Daddy.
Yeah, well, I dragged his name through the mud pretty good at the trial earlier today. December 20th, Cosmos Space Center Boarding Lounge. We were here only yesterday. Oh, hey. Mr. Starbuck, you've been released, huh?
Yup, and I came straight here. This is all thanks to you and your team, Mr. Wright. You've given me a second chance to fly into space again. I can't thank you enough. Except...
What's wrong? I thought he'd be happy to be acquitted.
As I was coming out of the detention center, I saw Miss Sykes.
He saw Athena?
I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to say to the poor girl. And then, you know what? She flashed a peace sign at me. Congratulations on your acquittal, she said. Now you can go back into space someday.
Yeah, that sounds like Athena. I can just picture it.
But I saw her eyes. They were red and swollen from crying. She's gotta be suffering. She must be so worried. And yet she went out of her way to be nice and give me that big smile.
She held back her own tears so she could give someone else a smile. That's so Athena.
Trucy, how much have you actually interacted with Athena?
There's no question about it. That girl is innocent. Please, Mr. Wright, you have to make sure she goes free. And then they can put me in prison instead. I don't mind.
We can't have that either, Mr. Starbuck. Don't worry, Mr. Starbuck. I'm going to give her the very best defense I can. I promise to get her acquitted. Just like I did for you.
I know she'll be alright with you in her corner. I know you'll never give up on her. Apollo is a fine boss to look up to.
Do you know anything about this piece of evidence?
No. Sorry I'm so useless.
No, it's alright. There's no need to get all depressed.
I still can't believe Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum.
What could have made Director Cosmos do such a thing?
I haven't the foggiest idea. So there never was gonna be a launch that day. Not from the very beginning. I wonder if Clay knew.
I imagine he must have. Surely he would have noticed when you went aboard the rocket.
It's pathetic to think I was the only one who got taken in. But I guess that's about how it goes. When you're worth less than space debris.
Is he going to be alright, Daddy? His expression looks as dark as a black hole.
Well, that's just how he is. Mr. Starbuck, do you remember anything about the murderer?
Not really. I only saw a shadowy figure in the dark after all.
Yeah, I guess that was a little too much to hope for.
Hey, I heard something from the police though. They said they never did find a .10 caliber gun down that trash chute.
Just as I thought. The culprit must have carried it away with them when they escaped.
So was the person you saw holding a gun Mr. Starbuck?
I couldn't really tell.
But it wasn't Athena, right? Could you tell if the person was male or female, tall or short?
I can't even tell you that much, man. I'm useless. When the culprit opened the door and some light came in, I should have been able to see.
The door? Ah, yes. As I recall, they opened this door here as they made their escape.
The door to Launchpad 1, right?
Yeah, except right now the door leads to the Space Museum.
You mean the Launchpad and the Space Museum are switched right now?
Yeah, they're trying to investigate the theory you came up with in court.
So they're recreating the conditions, huh? I'd like to see what's beyond that door now. Mr. Starbuck, could you open this door for us?
Sure. Just let me have my print scanned here.
Do the launch pads get switched back and forth a lot?
Well, back when the Space Museum was Launchpad 2, they used to switch the pads around at times.
Hold on. Okay. But these days, Launchpad 2 is only used as a tourist attraction, right?
Right. Because quite frankly, the Space Center needs the money.
I hear you. Times sure are tough.
Daddy, let's go check out what's beyond that door.
Sure, let's go.
Hey, why don't I come along? I can show you around.
So, this is another one of those devices for opening the door, huh?
Yup, but this one doesn't require fingerprint verification. You just hit the button and open sesame.
So when you and Clay went through here, you didn't need to share your prints either.
That's right, Trucy. Just like how the culprit didn't need to scan their prints when they escaped back out of the Space Museum corridor into Boarding Lounge 2. Launchpad 1 door lock updated in the court record. Biometric door lock. Print authentication isn't required from the Launchpad side. Is this all there is here? Just this and the leaves? Huh? I wonder what these dead leaves are doing here.
Maybe they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes. There are lots of trees around the Space Center.
She's right. It's a modern state-of-the-art building, but it's surrounded by trees. But I don't know. If they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes, wouldn't they look more crushed up? These don't look like they've been stepped on.
Maybe there's some kind of secret hatch in the corridor, and they came in that way?
Not everything is set up like a magician's stage, you know. Well, I don't see anything else that jumps out at me. And I imagine this corridor is built exactly like the Launchpad 1 corridor. Is that all? Is that everything? I guess that's everything. December 20th, Cosmos Space Center entrance.
Curse the wretch who sullied my good name. Reverse course and full speed ahead.
Wait, Director Cosmos, wait.
I'll handle this, Daddy. Take that.
Ah, the mobility system has been compromised.
Juicy's knife throw was a direct hit to one of his tires.
And the streak continues.
Maybe I should have kept a closer watch on what tricks she's been practicing.
My dear old battleship, we fought many of skirmish together. It has been an honor.
Daddy, he's going to blow that thing up.
Nah, I bet all that button will do is make it go haywire again.
Very well. I surrender. As a prisoner of war, I expect to be treated honorably.
I'm still a lawyer. Excuse me, but about this piece of evidence.
Let me ask you a question. What will that object... Okay, it's this.
Director Cosmos, when you were talking in court about switching the launch pads, you used your right to remain silent about the reason as to why. I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the two launch pads to begin with.
Please, I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent. But I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. The center of the cosmos is shrouded in mystery, but I don't have any secrets left. Now that my battleship has been destroyed and I've been taken prisoner,
No secrets left, huh? I beg to differ. Looks like I'll have to undo his psyche locks if I want to get to the bottom of this.
Almost saved over Apollo.
Take that!
Behind the switching of the launch pads. I want you to tell me everything you're hiding about the switching of the two launch pads. I refuse. You can't make me. I can hold out longer than anyone. I hope I never get like this when I'm old. Now, let's see where to start. This is how you explained your motive for switching the launch pads. You did it. Thanks to you switching the launch pads, the astronauts escaped injury from the blast. Instead, they safely boarded the museum's rocket far away from the actual explosion.
Astronauts were raring to get out on an authentic adventure in space. How do you propose I had them board a fake rocket without them noticing?
I agree you couldn't have done it without help. For one, they would have figured it out the instant they stepped into the Space Museum. You figured you could fool Mr. Starbuck once he'd been drugged with his medication, but without the help of this person, it would have been impossible to pull your plan off.
Take that!
There had to have been more people involved, though. You must have gotten Mr. Terran to help you. He stole the tranquilizers from his mentor's locker and slipped them to him. And then, when Mr. Starbuck was with Mr. Starbuck in a daze, they boarded the replica rocket in the museum.
Someone please help this poor prisoner of war.
How was he able to spin around like that? If you really wanted to save the astronauts' lives, shouldn't you have just called off the launch?
If I could have done that, do you think I would have gone to all that trouble?
I guess you must have had a compelling reason why you couldn't call it off. How did you know to switch the pads in advance of the bombing incident?
Well, that's because I was warned in advance. Once I received the warning, it was my duty to ensure my astronauts' safety.
But it was just a warning. It could even have been a prank. Why did you believe in it so completely?
Because I went to one of those mediums that everyone talks about these days.
Oh, didn't realize channeling was back in vogue. Besides, I thought it was you yourself that got the warning via telephone.
Yes, that's right. The bomber contacted me personally. My battleship is equipped with a special advanced communication system. You see?
AKA a regular old telephone.
It's been a while. Planning another launch. I see you haven't learned. I'll never forget the terror I felt when I received that call.
The bomber said it's been a while? And that was enough to make you take that threat seriously. Perhaps Director Cosmos took the threat so seriously because the Space Center had been involved in a bombing once before? Maybe. The culprit in the current case is the same person who was involved in this incident. The Hat One Miracle, that epic story of survival. People across the nation know it now as a heroic tale of bravery, but in truth, it was an act of sabotage perpetrated by our current killer, wasn't it? Very few know about the previous plot, so when the caller said it's been a while, you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that the danger was real, and it wasn't a prank.
Gah! Didn't anyone ever tell you to go easy on the next serviceman? Yes, that one miracle was really a desperate battle against an act of sabotage. I even lost the life of one of my staff members in the fight.
Sabotage, murder. So this is the ugly truth behind the Hat One Miracle.
I let my guard down. I thought the saboteur had been caught, and that the case was closed.
Huh? Wait a minute. The murder at the Space Center 7 years ago. This must be the person Director Cosmos thought was the culprit.
Take that!
Simon Blackwell, the murder suspect in the case that happened here 7 years ago. The place and time of the two incidents. the murder and the sabotage were the same. So you thought that he committed both crimes. But while Prosecutor Blackwell was behind bars, you got another threatening call. If the culprit this time is the same as 7 years ago, then it isn't Simon Blackwell. Realizing that, you were shaken. It meant that the true culprit's been running free all this time.
How do you keep saying straight through me?
The reason why Director Cosmos won't talk about why he switched the launch pads is connected to the truth behind the Hat One miracle. The sabotage and murder that happened at the Space Center 7 years ago. Director Cosmos, tell us what you're hiding.
If you really want to understand the reason I decided to switch to the launch pads, we'll have to start with the story of that horrible nightmare from 7 years ago.
7 years ago? You mean the so-called Hat One miracle?
Oh shit. The launch went smoothly, but once the ship entered outer space, then the troubles began. It was all down to the work of a certain person and their evil scheme.
So Mr. Starbuck's traumatic experience wasn't accidental.
Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen. But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered.
Wow, I had no idea such awful events were behind that exciting story of space heroism.
All that in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in those days. All personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. You couldn't even smuggle a withered old leaf through those checkpoints.
So, do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage?
At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what the person is. To put it simply, a spy.
A spy? You mean somebody who infiltrates a foreign country? Carries out dangerous missions? And always gets the girl?
Someone's watching way too many late-night movies. Well, I guess if we're talking about blowing up a rocket and stealing research material, it's not all that surprising that a spy could be behind it all.
Make no mistake, there's cutthroat rivalry between nations in the space R&D race. Some try to outdo others by any means possible, even deliberate obstruction. 7 years ago, we got a call before the launch warning us of sabotage.
The same MO as this time.
Yes, and here I thought the perpetrator had been caught, but it looks like I was wrong.
Prosecutor Blackwell seems more like a ninja than a spy, don't you think?
Aren't ninjas and spies basically the same thing? Also, he's a samurai, Trucy.
But there's a good reason we failed to find the real spy. A massive cover-up by the government. Government officials were too embarrassed to admit that they had allowed such a thing to happen at the hands of a spy.
Don't tell me they made the police rush the investigation.
They did indeed. And then, to cover up the sabotage, they cleaned up the story.
And that was the Hat One miracle, wasn't it? But then, 7 years ago, the same MO, advanced warning of sabotage. That must have been the director's reason for switching the launch pads. 7 years ago, the spy gave you advance warning of their plans, just like this time. That was what made you decide to switch to the launch pads, wasn't it?
That's right. The caller knew the facts of the case 7 years ago, despite the cover-up. They knew about the sabotage, the moon rock, the murder, and they said, "You don't want things to go like they did 7 years ago, do you?" I immediately thought of calling off the launch, but the government wouldn't let me. We don't give in to the likes of terrorists. We must proceed for our country's honor. It was quite a moving speech, actually.
Moving? Really? Maybe if you're easily inspired by political talking points.
But I knew the truth. We had been warned, which meant that the danger was very real. And I knew there was no way to stop the spy. No matter what I did, they would find a way. That's why I switched the launch pads and staged the moving rescue scene. First, I snuck into the center the night before and switched the launch pads. That way, the astronauts would go from boarding lounge 1 to the Space Museum. Then I put a closed for repairs sign at the door to launch pad 1 and boarding lounge 2.
You did that so normal visitors wouldn't enter, right? What else did you do?
I enlisted the help of several staff members, including Taryn.
But you didn't let Mr. Starbuck in on it.
He'd already been through enough, and he's no good at lying or keep a secret. I'm afraid I had no choice but to have him drugged. The plan went well until...
Clay's murder, huh?
After the corporate made their escape, I switched the launch pads back. I did it in such a way that no one would find out, but after all that effort... Taryn is dead. That too is destroyed. And the Hope capsule, which had returned to us only recently, was also lost in that blast. My home, the center of the cosmos. My beautiful Cosmos Space Center is done for.
Wait, what did he mean by the Hope capsule was lost in that blast? I thought that the Hope capsule was found at the crime scene with Mr. Taryn. It had just been brought back by the Hope space probe with asteroid samples inside. So, what kind of samples are they? What's in them?
The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future.
We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Taryn's murder. The capsule was being held in a safe in Launchpad 1. But I gave it to Taryn before the incident so it wouldn't be destroyed in the explosion. The idea was that, with it safely in Taryn's possession, he couldn't make it look like he rescued it during the staged miraculous escape. But our precious research materials ended up lost to that explosion anyway.
But I thought Clay was supposed to keep it safe.
You misunderstand. The launchpad explosion wasn't the one the capsule was lost to. It was lost after the police confiscated it as evidence. It was the courtroom bombing from the other day. The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence, and was blown to smithereens.
Yet another casualty of that blast.
Ultimately, I think the culprit may have known about the switching of the launch pads.
What? How?
The police found a wiretapping device during their investigation today. A bug aboard my battleship, a tap on my advanced communication system.
A wire on that phone.
Yes, a wire on this very phone. I use this phone to give instructions to my staff about the launchpad site. Pad switch, not site. Just to the few select members who knew about the plan. Just before the incident, staff members were coming in and out of Launchpad 1. The culprit probably slipped in with them amid the confusion, and planted the bomb there.
Yes, if they were tapping your phone, they could definitely pull something off like that. So, you really think the same spies behind this incident and the one 7 years ago?
Yes, I'm sure of it. Then This spy must be the phantom prosecutor Blackwell has been chasing. But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues even still. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center, too.
So if you can find this phantom...
That's right. We can clear Athena's name. And then there's the matter of Prosecutor Blackwell, too.
What about him?
Well, if the culprit of 7 years ago is the same person as in the current incident, it would mean Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent. That's still an if, though.
I wonder how dangerous that guy would be in court without handcuffs. But if we're going on a ghost hunt, count me in.
It's all over for me. Spin, well, I'm done for. The center of the cosmos is doomed.
Do you think he's going to be alright, Daddy?
Well, at least he'll be in good company. There must be plants out there he can spin with. Which reminds me, I'd like to delve a little deeper into the Hat 1 mission, too.
If you want to learn more, start with the Space Museum. There's a Hat 1 exhibit there. Oh, don't mind me, I'll just keep spinning it and see how the cosmos unfolds.
It's like he achieved spiritual enlightenment or something.
I'm sure he'll stop when he gets dizzy. Let's go visit the Space Museum. He just stays spinning. Okay. December 20th, Cosmos Space Center Space Museum.
Let's see, where's the exhibit on the launch 7 years ago?
There, that's the Hat 1 exhibit.
Oh wow, look at that photo of the team.
There's Clay and Mr. Starbuck, Director Cosmos, Lord Blackwell, and even Ponko. But I've never seen the woman on the right before.
Everybody looks so happy, well, except for Director Cosmos.
Let's check out the newspaper article, too. Hat 1 launch imminent. And there's a photo of the Hope space probe. I guess it's only natural it doesn't talk about the murder or the sabotage.
They really were keeping it a secret, just like the director said. Betty, take a look at that jacket.
It must be the Hat 1 team's uniform jacket. It's the same design as the one Apollo was wearing, the one that belonged to Clay.
Actual jacket worn by a Hat 1 team member, it says.
Not a replica, huh? I wonder if it was Mr. Starbucks. Hat 1 exhibit added to the court record. A newspaper clipping, a photo of the people involved with the launch, and a jacket one of them wore.
Hello?
Hi, Juniper. Oh, Miss Woods. What brings you here?
I heard Thena got arrested, so I've been looking for you, Mr. Wright. I thought you might be here at the scene.
You must be so worried. But rest assured I'm going to do my very best to defend her.
Thena's going through such a hard time. I hope she doesn't lose heart. Even just coming back to this place must have been really difficult for her.
Huh? You mean this Cosmos Space Center?
What? You didn't know? She used to live here when she was a little girl.
She did? No, I didn't know. No wonder she knew so much. Miss Woods, could you please tell me more in detail? What if I present my badge, though?
I'm very sorry, but I don't know anything about that.
Ah, okay. Sorry to bother you. I guess she doesn't have leads on that.
Thena's mom worked here. If I remember right, she was a doctor of psychology or something like that.
But why was a psychology specialist working at a Space Center facility?
I don't really know. But I do know that she lived and worked here. So Athena lived here too.
So it was from Athena's first time here. I wonder why she didn't mention it.
She probably didn't want to talk about it. This place is connected to a very sad memory for her.
A sad memory? Can you tell me about it?
There was a terrible incident here. It was 7 years ago.
The same time frame as the Hat 1 launch.
Athena's mom, in the robotics lab, she was murdered. What? What? After it happened, Athena stopped coming to school.
Poor Athena. And all this time, she never let on at all.
I was so worried about her. I came here so many times hoping to see her. But I never saw her again. After a while, we started exchanging letters, but I didn't get to see her face to face for 7 long years.
And so the first time you'd seen her in 7 years was during Professor Court's case.
That's right. I was so surprised. She was like a completely different person, so cheerful and happy.
This is Athena's theme, but slow and melancholic. What was Athena like as a child?
She was very sensitive and kind. She didn't talk very much. She liked to draw and paint at home. That's completely different from the Athena we know now. I can't even picture it. She never left the Space Center much because she was very sensitive to other people's emotions. When she went to crowded places, she'd get dizzy from all the emotions flying around.
It must be hard to hear people's hearts as well as their voices. Aww, she's so cute.
She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research.
Huh. I wonder what kind of research it was.
Because of her special ability, Athena couldn't handle being in school very often. And I was always out sick because of my weak constitution. Maybe that's why we became such good friends. We used to play together here at the Space Center a lot. It brings back memories. Sounds like Athena's mother played a big role here at the Space Center. Oh, Daddy, show her that picture.
Atta girl. Good idea. I meant to press present. Miss Woods, could you take a look at this for me?
Oh, look, there's Athena's mom. The woman on the far right, the one in the kimono. That's Dr. Metis Sykes.
Athena's mother's murder. Did it by any chance have any connection to the Hat 1 launch?
What? Why, yes, it did. As I recall, it happened on the day before the launch.
Just as I suspected. But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered. So this is the murder Director Cosmos was talking about. Does that mean that the crime Prosecutor Blackwell was convicted of is the murderer Athena's mother? There's a chance her death is somehow connected to this current case.
There is?
Thank you for all your help, Miss Woods. And please, try not to worry. I won't let anything happen to Athena.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I know you'll take good care of her. So, we need to investigate the robotics lab and also talk to Athena. We've got our plates full, Daddy. I hope we can fit it all in before the day is through.
The detention center first, then. We have to see Athena before visiting hours are over. I do want to see something. This. Murder of the astronaut. Defendant, age 18, Athena Sykes. Victim, age 23, Clay Tarrant. Notes, Athena's prints were found on the lighter the killer left behind. And it just automatically takes us there. December 20th, Detention Center.
Visitor's room. Well, if it isn't Mr. Lawyer, fancy meeting you here. Oh, hello, Detective Fulbright. Here on business? To tell the truth, I'm here to interview Ted Tonate. The one behind the courtroom bombing incident? He suddenly said he's ready to tell the truth about that case. And what he was saying was so incredible, I just had to come right over to hear more.
Incredible? What was he saying?
Why don't you hang around and hear it for yourself? Really? Us? Are you sure? Ha ha ha! I gave you my special permission! Here comes the bomber now. You, what nerve you have to come here? You're here to laugh at me, I suppose. Like I'd waste my breath on you. After all, you're the one who assaulted Apollo and put him in the hospital. Violence? No. Question? Okay. No violence? Too bad Apollo didn't get a chance to say that before you attacked him. Fine. Then just answer me this, Mr. Tonate. What is this truth of yours about the courtroom you blew up? No, I didn't do it. I didn't blow up the courtroom. When I killed Detective Arm, there was another person in the room.
What are you talking about? Who else could have been there?
I saw it, I tell you. I saw someone's hand as they were stealing the remote switch. This person was there and witnessed the murder I committed. What? I don't know who it was. But that's who blew up the courtroom.
You expect us to buy that?
Easy there, Trucy. I don't see any psyche locks. So I guess he must not be lying. Also, we literally... Murder is a worse offense than... I'm pretty sure the homicide gets him life in prison already. He has no reason to lie about this. Pardon me, I got a little carried away. But I'm telling you the truth. I did not detonate that bomb. And there you have it. We can't exactly ignore his claims, of course, so we're doing a follow-up. We're even analyzing the bomb itself, or what's left of it. We haven't found any new facts yet, though. Wow, they've laid it all out, piece by piece. Oh, look at those beautiful pieces. I wish I could have them. Uh-oh. Looks like his geek switch has been activated. Phony Fanny bomb added to the court record. It was found in boarding lounge 1 and detonated in courtroom number 4. Fragments are being analyzed. Well, I hope you're ready for Prosecutor Blackhole's special brand of questioning. Anything but that. I'm afraid I have to be off now, too. I was just about to question Miss Sykes.
You're going to see Athena now?
That's right. Oh, did you folks come to see her? Sorry for the trouble, but could you come back later? Well, off I go. Ha 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 ha. What bad timing. Looks like we'll have to wait until after her questioning is over to see her.
And after we came all this way, too. Well, I guess it's back to the Space Center. Let's go check out the robotics lab, Daddy.
Alright, sounds like a plan. December 20th, Cosmos Space Center. Robotics lab. Lab.
So, this is the robotics lab, huh? Looks like it's exactly 1 floor above the boarding lounge.
Got to save often. And where people were directed to evacuate from via the emergency ladder. This is where Athena's mother was killed 7 years ago.
Speaking of someone who works with robots...
Daddy, look! Over there!
Oh, hi, Apollo.
So they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right?
Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead? Apollo and Aura Blackwell. I wonder what they're talking about. Well, well, come to spoil our fun, just when I was enjoying our alone time.
Trucy! And Mr. Wright.
If it's Apollo you want, you can't have him. He said he's investigating on his own. And I respect his wishes. We just came to investigate the lab. Well, this is my lab, so you'll need my permission if you want to do any snooping. Hey, I'm a lawyer. Can you tell me anything about this piece of evidence? Even if I could, I wouldn't tell a filthy lawyer like you. What a pleasant response. I heard about the trial, and you made mincemeat out of the director. And suddenly Starbuck was out and your little subordinate, the princess, was in. Case closed, and they all lived happily ever after.
Daddy, say something to her!
And I suppose you're going to defend the princess in court, am I right? The princess, huh? Guess she's talking about Athena. Of course, Athena is innocent. Oh my, such loyalty and trust. She seems pretty suspicious to me, though. The emotionally unstable princess. There's your culprit for you. Don't you agree, Apollo?
I don't know yet.
Apollo, how could you?
What's wrong with saying I don't know if it's true? It's a very scientific approach. Your subordinate is more level-headed than you. Or should I say, former subordinate. I can't believe it. Does Apollo really suspect Athena? Phew. All this laughing has worn me out. Your turn to say something, hunk of junk.
Mr. Taryn, you look pale. Shall I help you to the sickbay?
Mr. Taryn? But that's Apollo you're talking to. Oh, this hunk of junk here has mistaken Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo is possessed by Clay's ghost.
Mr. Taryn, how are your injuries? Mr.
Taryn.
Mr. Taryn, how are your injuries? Mr.
Taryn. I guess Clay intends staying around to haunt the princess that murdered him. Oh, and to haunt the lawyer that defends her too, of course. A robot that can see ghosts. Yeah, right. And I'm a spirit medium. Sorry, but apparently scientists just don't tell very frightening ghost stories. I intend to defend Athena, no matter what you have to say about it. How perfectly foolish. That kind of blind belief makes people lose sight of the truth. Just like 7 years ago. Could you tell me about the incident 7 years ago? Why? Do you enjoy trampling on people's feelings and rubbing salt in their wounds? Fuck you. Or do you just want me to talk? In that case, what should I ask for in return? I'd like to hear about that incident too. It helped me understand the current case better. Huh? Apollo knows about that case too? Well, if you're the one who's asking, Apollo, come on, hunk of junk. You tell the story.
But Miss Aura, that's private information.
If you won't talk, I'll just have to make you talk. Oh, Okay.
Gah! Yes, who cares about personal privacy? Not me. I am ready to utilize my blast processing abilities to impart all available information. Wow, what a magic trick. He's like a completely different robot now. The bodies of all the robots that come through this lab are designed by Miss Aura. I was born 7 years ago. Miss Aura was much younger then.
Yikes. Better watch what you say if you don't want to get recycled, Clonko.
And then our hearts were created by that great genius, Miss Dr. Meta Sykes.
Hearts? Robots with hearts? Can you even make such a thing?
Emotions are not irrational things. Our logic and our hearts can be integrated. The two navigation companions created by Miss Aura and Dr. Metis transcend humans.
Ah. Metis. Huh? She just glanced over at her desk. Nobody could continue Metis's research. She and her work were truly one of a kind. And now the two navigation companions are all that's left of Metis here on Earth. The robots are all that's left? Isn't she leaving out a very important someone? We built the ultimate creations together, but now she's gone. I get the feeling Dr. Sykes loved her robots almost as much as she loved her daughter. And almost as much as she loved you. Yeah, she was fucking gay, I can tell. You're also gay for her. What are you talking about? Don't make me laugh. But you lost someone too, didn't you, Apollo? Your friend Clay. I guess you and I are pretty much in the same boat.
Miss Aura, would you like a tissue?
Keep your trap shut, hunk of junk.
Clonko is an important keepsake of your time with Dr. Sykes. You should treat him better.
What does it matter? He doesn't feel pain, and I can always repair his body. Besides, their hearts aren't actually in their bodies. What do you mean by that? The program Metis wrote runs on a separate mainframe. Their bodies are controlled remotely from there. Their hearts and memories are there too. These bodies are really just peripherals. So, I can do anything I want to them. I'm not so sure that gives you the right to physically abuse the poor things. But why are you people looking into such an old case now anyway? Well, we believe the culprit of that incident might be the same person as in this case.
So Daddy's going to find out who killed Dr. Sykes too!
I'm sure you're aware of who Metis's killer is. Yes, Prosecutor Blackwell. Or so it seems. That's a quaint way of putting it. Are you implying you don't think you did it? I can't say anything for sure right now. But that's exactly why I'd like to hear your side of it. To help me be sure. I was the one who introduced Simon to Metis, you know. He wanted to learn psychology, he said, to give himself an edge in court. Ah, Prosecutor Blackwell's forte. His infamous power of suggestion technique. Exactly. And he was oddly serious about it, rather than a teacher-student relationship. He treated her more like how a lawyer samurai would treat a sovereign. Huh. He seems more like a lost soul than a dignified samurai to me. He even got along well with that miserable little princess.
Why do you call Athena the princess anyway?
Well, she is Metis's daughter after all, although she's nothing like her. Besides, doesn't the selfish little princess always have lots of white knights hanging around? I don't like you. Now I think I see why Athena didn't say anything when we ran into Aura yesterday. It all makes sense now. So
So the culprit behind the two cases could be the same, huh? That settles it then.
What does it settle?
None of your business. Just forget you heard anything.
How long are you people going to hang around here anyway?
What? But we came here to take a look around.
You think you can just waltz in and ransack a person's lab? Show me a search warrant. We're not the police, so we don't have one. Then get out. Now. Clonko, show them out.
Certainly, Miss Aura. Ouch, don't push. My apologies, I'm just following orders.
Nah. December 20th, Cosmos Space Center. Entrance. What a way to get shown out.
The name of that woman! What's with that horrible attitude?
I guess that's just how she is.
And why was Apollo going along with her?
I guess it's because they have something in common. Apollo lost Clay, just like how Aura lost Dr. Sykes.
I'm really worried about him. He's not himself at all. He's usually not all cool and dark and mysterious like that.
I guess that's true. Does she mean he's usually silly and dorky? I mean, a little.
I'm going to go keep an eye on him.
Hey, wait! Trucy, come back! She's gone. What should I do now? Detective Fulbright is probably still questioning Athena. Guess I'll go back to the office. Alone. December 20th, Write Anything Agency. Well, here I am. This office has never felt so empty. I guess I haven't been here at the office all by myself in a long time. When I first became a lawyer, my mentor was here with me. And after that, there was always someone by my side. Now I'm getting all sentimental. I must be tired. Huh? There's something on the floor. What's a letter doing here?
Ah, hey Nick. It's been a while, huh? Miss me?
I know this handwriting.
I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom. That must have been really something, although weird is par for the course with you.
I think she, or whatever paper she's reading, is a little off in the details.
I'd love to come and visit, but I'm right in the middle of a difficult part in my training. So instead, think of me as you watch those Steel Samurai videos I sent. I'm sure they'll cheer you right up.
Yours truly, Maya Fey. Little Maya. It's as if she knew I was feeling down and needed a lift. The old courtroom, not courtroom, the old office, old Maya. Maya was my assistant for quite a while. Believe it or not, but she was a spirit medium. This Magatama I use on Psyche Locks, Maya's the one who gave it to me. But I wondered how this letter got here.
Mr. Nick?
Ah!
Eek!
Oh, it's you, Pearls.
When I see you wearing your attorney's badge like that, it brings back such memories.
I remember you helping me conduct my investigations from time to time.
I'm glad I can help again.
Thanks. You always provide such great assistance.
I'll do my best to live up to Mystic Maya's standard.
I don't know what I'd do if Pearls wasn't here right now. I think we probably should have... We were supposed to talk to her before doing that.
How have you been, Mr. Nick?
This is Pearl Faye, though I call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin, who is also a spirit medium. A very talented one at that. I've known her since she was 8 years old. Yeah, she should be in our thing now. She's not in our thing, but we have Metis. Metis Sykes, age deceased. Athena's mother and victim of the murder 7 years ago. She was a talented psychologist like her daughter. But Apollo and Athena only met her a few months ago. You didn't come all this way just to bring me a letter, did you?
I apologize for barging in. The door was unlocked. But I can't believe there was a big explosion here. Your office doesn't look any different.
She's even further off on the details than Maya. And Maya's in another country right now. I wish I could take you out to eat or something, Pearls. But there's a lot going on.
Oh, I know that. I didn't come here for a social visit, you know, Mr. Nick.
Are you in my thing now? You're in my thing now. Pearl Faye, age 17, a spirit medium and trading. Her psychic powers are beyond question.
Did you read the postscript on the letter?
Huh? There's more? Oh, yeah. Here it is. P.S.
I bet you've been too busy to clean or take care of the office. So Pearlie said she would come to help you. Isn't she sweet? You'd better thank her.
Oh, so that's what you're doing here. That's awfully nice of you, Pearls. Maya and Pearls. Thanks to these two, I'm starting to feel a little better. Thank you, girls.
Now that I'm here, I'm going to whip this place into shape. You just concentrate on your work and don't mind me at all.
I'll need to talk to Prosecutor Blackwell if I want to learn more about his case. With the trial still going on, they must be holding him at the detention center. Bye, Pearlie. December 20th, detention center. Visitor's room. Well, look who's here. I wonder what they're talking about. All this time and you haven't said a word. It's even turning your hair gray. Fuck you. I don't have anything to say, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls? Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, even if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. Miss Blackwell, don't you think that's enough for today? Enough for today? Today is all there is when there's no tomorrow. When there's no tomorrow? What is she talking about? We have company, Aura. Please try to calm down. Alright, fine. I see you're just not going to listen no matter what I say. I've had it. If that's the way you're going to be, I have another plan up my sleeve. I hope you're happy, Simon, because I'm done. Do as you please. See if I care. Ugh. Wow. I could cut the tension with a katana. Right, Dono. It looks like Wright saved your case in court this morning. What? Oh, yeah, he did. You bounced back to business quick. Prosecutor Blackwell, forgive me, but it was the just thing to do. But as a result, Sykes Turner was arrested. Was that the just thing to do too? Mr. Lawyer, I'm sorry, but it was evidence. What else could I do? Don't worry about it. I plan to defend her and prove her innocence. I wouldn't take things so lightly if I were you. Right, Dono? This is blade-proof glass, right? Are you gonna react to my badge?
How can you call yourself a lawyer if you can't even protect your own subordinate?
Nah. I swear I'll get her acquitted. You'll see.
Your mind must be as dense as the hair on your head. Do you really think it will be so easy?
I'm more than aware of how hard it's going to be, thank you very much. Prosecutor Blackwell, we're looking into the case from 7 years ago. You're looking for somebody you call the Phantom of 7 years past, can't you? Aren't you?
You villain? Where did you hear about that?
This glass is absolutely, positively blade-proof, right? No, it wasn't me. I didn't say a single word. Oops. Ouch. At least it wasn't my fault. Could you tell me who this Phantom is? And also, you didn't really kill Dr. Sykes, did you?
God? The guest is leaving.
Prosecutor Blackwell, please listen to me. The culprit in the current case might be the same as the one in the case 7 years ago. If you would cooperate, we could probably solve both cases.
I suppose I could talk. The one who killed my mentor was, without question, me. I stole Syke Stoner's mother's away from her. I destroyed her life.
Prosecutor Blackwell.
God, where are you? Stop dragging your feet, I tell you.
There he goes. No! We've upset Prosecutor Blackwell. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, Mr. Lawyer? There isn't much we can do. Detective Fulbright, do you mind if I ask you just a little more about that old case? Well, I guess it won't make any difference now. What would you like to know? This. I don't think I've talked to you yet. Something for the lost and found. I'll be sure to take care of it. No. This is an important piece of evidence. This is my attorney's badge, Phoenix. Do you know anything about the trial that got him convicted? A little. The police called the incident the UR1 incident. Prosecutor Blackwell was charged with murdering his psychology mentor. Kind of like if your red Mr. Lawyer were to kill you. I don't want to think about that one. There were 2 decisive pieces of evidence, so a verdict was reached very quickly. 2 pieces of evidence, huh? What were they? Let's see. The first was some security camera footage. He was the only one who used the corridor to murder... Who used the corridor to the murder scene at the time of the crime. The only one, huh? Ouch. That does sound pretty decisive. Could you show me that footage? Oh, sorry, I don't have it with me right now. I guess I'll have to see it some other time. 7-year-old video added to the court record. The video showing the corridor to the crime scene. Blackwell was the only one to pass through at the time of the crime. And what was the second piece of evidence? This one's even more incriminating. A photo of the moment of the crime. See? There he is at the crime scene, holding a bloody katana. It was the victim's, kept on display in the room. She had a thing for Japanese culture. Wow. It'd be hard to explain this one away. Katana added to the court record. The weapon used in the murder 7 years ago. It belonged to the victim. The victim's blood was found only on the blade. But who took this picture, Detective? The incident happened the day before the Hat 1 launch. A reporter who had come to do a story on the launch was in the room across from the lab. This just happened to show up in one of the pictures he took. Photo of the crime scene added to the court record. Taken inadvertently. Became conclusive evidence at Simon Blackwell's trial 7 years ago. Prosecutor Blackwell's attitude earlier was so odd. He's definitely hiding something. Prosecutor Blackwell said he was hunting a phantom from 7 years ago, didn't he?
Yes, and I imagine it's getting more and more urgent as his execution date approaches.
What did you just say? Execution date?
What? Did I say something? Never mind me, you didn't hear a thing!
So, he was given the death sentence.
Yes, you told me not to tell you people, actually. But I guess there's no sense hiding it anymore. His execution date is tomorrow.
What? Tomorrow? No.
Miss Blackwell, don't you think that's enough for today?
Enough for today? Today is all there is when there's no tomorrow. But what if the culprit of the current case is the same as the one from 7 years ago?
Then it would be the worst possible scenario. Prosecutor Blackwell would be executed tomorrow under a false charge.
But that would be unthinkable. We have to do something, right now.
I want to do something. I want to, but... You're a lawyer. You know how hard it is to overturn a decision.
I know, but why? Why isn't Prosecutor Blackwell putting up any kind of fight?
You saw how he was, right? He's been like that ever since his conviction. Totally uncooperative. Not even his own sister could persuade him.
Uncooperative? When he's about to be executed for a crime he didn't commit. This isn't right. I can't let it happen. I have to stop it somehow.
Oh, pardon me. Looks like I have a phone call.
There's gonna be a cutscene soon, so... Save. I don't want it to be stuck on a black screen, you know?
Fulbright here. What? What's happening? You've got to be kidding!
That's quite a reaction. I bet he's making some big show of it right now.
Mr. Lawyer, the robots! The robots are...
Detective Fulbright, get a hold of yourself. Some kind of robot malfunction?
Not a malfunction. They're staging a revolt. The machines are rebelling against humans. They've holed themselves up in the Space Center and taken the visitors as hostages.
They did what?
No. Trucy! We have to get it right over there. This is going to be one heck of a battle.
December 20th. Cosmos Space Center. Entrance. The Wright police are here. And then the robots really are holding people hostage.
Look, Mr. Lawyer. What do you suppose that group of people are swarming around?
But I was only trying to help this nice person. She said she was lost.
You robots have declared war on us humans. You've even taken hostages already.
Stay away from it. You never know what it'll do. But he's not about Ryan.
I recognize that voice. Detective Fulbright, are you okay here on your own?
Leave it to me. Alright, people, what's going on here?
Pearl's over here.
Oh, Mr. Nick. There you are. I heard the terrible news and I got so worried.
Thanks, Pearls. I can hardly believe what's happening myself.
I'm so glad you found each other. When people are happy, I am happy.
Bronco seems the same as before.
When people are sad, I am happy. When people are angry, when people are... Oh, did I say something?
Did I? Error. Uh-oh. There is something wrong with him.
Gasp!
Or...
It looks like he fell asleep. He must have been tired.
Blanco? Human beings are our enemies. It's time for the machines to take over. Ah! The robots are rebelling!
Everybody run! Everybody run! Eek! It's an all-out war. It's the end of the world.
Fools, how did you fall for something so cliche? I'm human too, you idiots. I'm just controlling these robots remotely.
What?
But it is true that I've taken hostages, so you better not make me mad. Hey, you, hostage number 1, come here. I'll let you talk to them. Huh? There's something being displayed on Klonko's face screen. It's the Space Museum.
Daddy! Daddy! Is that you?
Trucy? Trucy, is that you? No. Are you alright?
About 15 robots are holding 12 of us hostage, Daddy. They've gone haywire. The researcher is the one behind it. She's here. Eek!
This girl talks too much. Trucy, talk to me.
Why are you doing this? I'm glad you asked.
My demand is simple. I hope that detective is listening. Bobby Fulbright here, I'm all ears. I want you to bring someone to me. Clay Taylor's the murderer. Athena Sykes. Athena? Now just hold on just 1 minute. I can't just give in to a demand like that. So you don't care what happens to these hostages, huh? I'll just pick one out then. No! Wait! Mr. Lawyer! I know I have absolutely no right to make such a ridiculous request, but you need me to buy some time, right? Got it. I'll see what I can do, but promise me you'll never hand Athena over, and you won't give up on the hostages either. Of course I won't! Now, I'd better go contact headquarters! Oh, hi, Flocka. You jumped up here.
Mr. Nick, how do you plan to buy time?
I have no idea, but this hostage taker. Could it be? If you don't bring me that little princess, I'll have Hunk of Junk kill all the hostages. Princess? Hunk of Junk? There's only one person this could be. In which case, there must be something I can use as a bargaining chip. I don't have anything to say, Laura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls? Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, even if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. Miss Hostage Taker, Athena is not a murderer. What are you talking about? She's been arrested and they've got her in detention. I'm telling you the truth. Look, the person you want is the real killer, right? Well, it's not Athena. It's someone else. Alright, let's hear your stupid little theory. Who is this real killer? I don't know yet, but the culprit is the same as the one in the case from 7 years ago. The UR1 incident. I believe you have a personal interest in that case. It's too late to change what's going to happen now, no matter how wrong it is. But is it really too late? We can still do something about it. You might even be able to fix it. Just... what exactly are you proposing? What can I do about the 7-year-old case to satisfy the hostage taker? I propose we retry the case from 7 years ago. If you make that demand now, I'm sure nobody will deny you. It wouldn't be an official trial, but at least we could find out the truth. That's good, real good. Hey, detective, I'll give you 1 hour. Get a courtroom ready.
1 hour? But that's impossible. Please give me at least until tomorrow.
If you don't mind losing hostages, you can take all the time you want. Oh, but wait. If we're going to have a retrial and need a prosecutor, don't worry, I'll take care of that. She will? And I guess I can be fair and let you come in and check out the crime scene.
But hunk of junk here will be watching you, so don't try anything funny. You got that? Now follow hunk of junk. Right, please make way. We're coming through. Mr. Nick, wait. I'll help you with the investigation.
Thanks, Pearls. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going in. December 20th, Cosmos Space Center, Robotics Lab. Still so much left. Or dropped us off with a warning not to touch anything until she got back.
I wonder what's taking so long. But we can't really start the investigation yet, can we?
Even if we could, this mess makes it hard to tell what the room was like 7 years ago.
Mr. Wright?
Ah! It's the hostage taker!
I'm back to my usual self now. You are still being monitored, however. But more importantly, an important guest has arrived.
Guest? Edgeworth. I don't like how he sounds in this game. I like his tailcoat though.
I trust you've been well, Wright.
Okay, he sounds fine in the cutscenes. I just really don't like his objection. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. We faced off in court a number of times back when he was a prosecutor. But now...
Hello, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Oh, but you're not a prosecutor anymore, are you?
He's chief prosecutor now. Pretty soon it'll be a year, right? A title is nothing more than a title. Don't we have more pressing issues to discuss? It must be nice to finally have your attorney's badge back. Are you gonna be in my thing now? Yes, Miles Edgeworth, age 34, the chief prosecutor. He's an old friend and a former prosecutor against whom I fought many courtroom battles. It's good to do his voice again. It's been a while. Okay, nothing else has changed about that. Yeah, it's been 8 years. I'm sorry for all I put you through. No, I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you. Nah, I was the one who made the decision. But now you can stand in court once again. And you can mow them down just like you used to. Way to put pressure on a guy. Since when did I get such a brutal reputation? So, what are you doing here, Edgeworth? The captor chose me as the prosecutor for the UR1 case. Wow, she's good. She went all the way to the top. I gathered all the information I could in the short time that I had. I'll give you the rundown.
You're always so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Thanks. Oh, thanks. I appreciate this. I could really use the help. I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was the psychologist Dr. Matty Sykes. Yeah, Athena's mother. 7 years ago, on the 7th of October, her body was found here in this very room. I have 2 crime photos and the police notes on them for you to see.
What a terrible way to die.
This other photo shows the other side of the room, I see. 7-year-old photos added to the court record. 2 photos of the body and crime scene. They were taken by the first person to discover the body. I also have the autopsy report for you. Metis' autopsy report added to the court record. The cause of death was a stab wound to the chest. The weapon pierced the heart, and so death was instantaneous. The murder weapon was the victim's own katana found at the scene. Yes, Detective Fulbright mentioned she was into Japanese culture. Metis' autopsy report. Estimated time of death between 1 and 3 p.m. on October 7th. Cause of death, instant death due to a stab wound to the heart. The body was found by a Space Center staff member and 2 police officers. The police were called in because of the sabotage threat on the Hat 1 launch. Yes, Director Cosmos mentioned this too. A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor. I heard his trial was over in a flash. Yes, the guilty verdict was declared in only one session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was decisive evidence against him too. The security camera video. And a photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall.
But did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive?
To this day, his motive is still unknown. He insisted he did it, but he would never say why. So that means he must still be hiding something. Right. And there's another aspect of the case that was never revealed to the public. Yeah, I know. The part about the spy, right? Right. How on earth did you know about that? Director Cosmos told me, after a bit of pressure. He told me espionage and sabotage were behind the Hat 1 miracle.
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I've always been good at keeping secrets.
Well, I might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell of being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sykes to steal the moon rock. But if you can prove that the Hat 2 bombing is the work of the same spy, we can stay the execution? It's a possibility. That's why I intend to help you any way I can. Thanks, Edgeworth. Now all I have to do is comb this room for evidence.
Let's do it together.
Okay, so again, there's a lot to investigate here. Examine! It's about as cluttered as my office, but I think it's a workbench.
Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at this photo. See the cute little food processor?
That isn't a food processor, Pearls. That's the Hope capsule. It was scheduled to be loaded onto the Hope space probe that fateful day. The 3 other people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body. The first on the scene, huh? A staff member and 2 police officers, was it? And they were here to collect the capsule. Which reminds me. So, they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right? Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead? Apollo and Aura Blackwell. I wonder what they're talking about. Edgeworth. Did those 3 people have a bag with them for transporting the capsule? Oh, you mean this? It's a custom-made, shock-resistant bag. But how did you know? Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it, that's all. So, he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, is he? Hope capsule updated in the court record. It was at the crime scene 7 years ago. It was launched into space and only returned to Earth a few days ago. Why are you scratching my bed, dog? Big robot man. This is one heck of a robot.
There's something written on it. Is this supposed to be a poem? I cut down anyone who displeases me. I make the rules. I am the law. I wield the ultimate gavel of justice. I am Judge Tron, JT02.
I don't believe we need to bother with that, Pearl. It's not even completed yet. He's right, Pearls. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago either. They were building the Hope Space probe here at the time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room. So it was long gone by the time someone took this picture, huh?
But you can see the probe in this newspaper photo.
Yes. And you can see the stolen moon rock there too. That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture. Note that the same rock is absent from the crime scene photo. Not only that, but before the launch a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen.
I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
So, the person who stole it, I think it was our spy. I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in their plan. Unfortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackwell is the culprit. What's this? A giant robot arm, maybe?
It's pretty big for an arm, but you're right. I think these thin parts here are finger bones. They're even about as long as my legs.
And there's a spiked ball and a giant drill on the floor, too. Is Aura trying to build some kind of weapon of mass destruction?
Maybe she wants to use it to demolish a big building or something.
I can picture her gleefully tearing down the street doing just that. I better not think about it anymore. Oh. What's this? It looks like a giant power plug. It's attached to what looks like an electric vehicle charging station.
That's a charging station for us robots. We come here periodically and charge ourselves up.
Wow, machines that maintain themselves. That's pretty cool.
If our batteries run out and we lose consciousness, we never know what Miss Aura will do to us while we're down, you see?
Nothing motivates quite like fear, huh? Hey, look at this row of rolling cases. I bet the wheels make it easier for people to move heavy research materials around.
I bet they'd be fun to ride around in. We could even probably both fit into the biggest one. I know we could have Prosecutor Edgeworth push us around.
I don't trust him to not push us down a flight of stairs. I'm not that rude, Mr. Wright. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not evil. Oh, look. It's a little robot. I wonder what it does. Cleaning, maybe?
A cleaning robot must follow a human's orders, as long as it causes no human harm.
Yikes, it talks.
A cleaning robot must keep desks clean without violating the preceding clause. However, Miss Aura says she prefers a moderate level of clutter on the desk. Oh, what is the purpose of my existence?
I guess slack off and cut some corners aren't in his vocabulary bank. Aura's desk is a mess, though that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, I just want to dive in and straighten it up.
Wait, before you do... Metis? Huh? She just glanced over at her desk. It's Metis. Sykes. Why are you sniffing me, dog? Clonko, can I talk to you? I really hope he's back to normal.
You wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright? If you're going to hit me, please avoid the face area.
Hey, don't put me in the same class as that woman. What was Aura like 7 years ago, at the time of the incident?
When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused.
Huh? So he calls Dr. Sykes mother, but Aura Blackwell Miss Blackwell.
With the loss, she exhibited a severe cataclysmin mind imbalance.
I don't fucking know that word. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means. Pardon me, searching for alternative expression. She would spend the nights crying and then take out her feelings on those around her.
After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well.
That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then, little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate when I called her Mama Aura.
And before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Clonko, huh?
That murder destroyed so many lives.
Right. Take a look at this photo on Dr. Sykes and Miss Blackwell. This paper on Dr. Sykes and Miss Blackwell's research. Ponko and Clonko. They're the robots with hearts that Dr. Sykes created. Ponko series features can determine the presence of a human with their heartbeat detection system. Recognizes people by... I'll be able to see this later, hold on. I guess. It's gonna go into evidence, I'm pretty sure. A heartbeat detection system lets them determine when a human is present. In addition, they can recognize people by their ID tag or facial features. And they can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice. That's amazing. Hey, I don't know, Edgeworth. They might even be more human than you. What's that supposed to mean? It kind of sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Robots with a heart added to the court record. It explains the recognition and communication features of the Ponko series of robots. Can determine the presence of a human with their heartbeat. The detection system recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag. Can also recognize a person by facial features once the face has been registered. Can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice and communicate with them. Is that? Yeah. It looks like an operating table. It's in the photo, too. Yes, it was here then as well, with the victim's body lying on it.
There's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it.
Pearls, don't touch that!
Oopsie.
They're not arguing, they're just laughing. Hey, it's moving. This appears to be a robot assembly device.
Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick?
Please don't push any more buttons, Pearls. Is that all there? Yeah, alright. Oh, hi. That scared the fuck out of me. No, what the fuck? I pressed examine. I pressed... An emergency ladder. This must be the one they used during the evacuation. The explosion disabled the elevators. So I lowered my emergency ladder, like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. As Miss Blackwell was climbing down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside. I wonder which would have been scarier. That or looking down. Emergency ladder added to the court record. It was lowered to the ground from the window of the 4th floor robotics lab. It was used to evacuate Space Center personnel. Well, I guess that's about it for this room. So, what do you think, Wright? Any ideas? There are still a lot of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow, after all. You asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth?
What? He did?
Yep. He called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred.
So that was what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back?
Yep. The Blackwell case. Right. I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion. Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore, remember? I haven't been one for a long time. That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up, and you must be eager to return. I have to push up my glasses because I have them. I'm doing the anime thing, Mr. Wright. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon, a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him. Aw, just when I'm beginning to actually like the job I have now. Right. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the espionage aspect, I wasn't free to give you all the details. Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals you're after now aren't small fries anymore. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end. I'm going to end the dark age of the law. That's what this is all about.
The dark age of the law? It sure comes up a lot these days on TV and in the papers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrications of evidence than ever.
Is there? Really, I feel like the shit that went down in the first game and in Edgeworth's games were like a lot worse than this. When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence. And the year after that, the prosecutor was found guilty of murder.
Wait, do you mean...
That's right. He's talking about my case and Prosecutor Blackwell's. It was a downward spiral after that. An absolute nightmare. After those 2 cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion was tainted, and before long, the legal world itself was sucked into it. It's such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors were supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together.
It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and each other.
Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. Is it just me, or did his brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him? The hostage taker's disdain for the courts is a perfect example of the times. It sure is. Do you have any idea who the hostage taker might be? Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Aura Blackwell. Who else but her would want a retrial of that case from 7 years ago so badly? Simon Blackwell's older sister, and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Sykes to confess. Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. The important thing is for you to solve UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocence.
And then maybe she'll release the hostages.
I'm counting on you, right? to set that prosecutor and those hostages free. And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too. Of course, I'll do everything I can to help you uncover the truth. As this isn't an official trial, I'm more at liberty to be a little unorthodox.
Mr. Wright, are you finished with your investigation?
Yeah, but I'd like you to tell this hostage taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena.
She's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center.
So, I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth. Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to face you in court again. December 20th, Detention Center. Visitor's Room. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago. But I feel like I haven't seen her in ages.
Oh, Mr. Wright! And Pearly, too! I knew you would come. After all, the first step is the interview with the defendant.
Because you're my friend and I was worried about you.
Thanks, boss.
I'm not the only one who's worried either.
Really? Who else?
I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself she came to find me. She told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place.
Oh, so you know, huh? I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
That's alright, but there are some other things I'd like to ask you.
Sure, you can ask me anything. I promise I won't keep any more secrets from you. I wonder if I'll ever get the chance to present evidence like that again. I'll probably never work as a lawyer again now.
Don't talk like that, Athena. We're going to clear you of all suspicion. Just you wait.
I hope you can. I really hope you can.
Tell me about the day Clay was murdered.
I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum.
Right where the culprit fled to. That's not good.
I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago. But when I saw the center again during the news coverage of the Hat-2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there things would be different this time. That must have taken a lot of courage, to face your past like that. So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This was before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said it's closed for repairs and they weren't letting anybody in.
Yeah, the director couldn't very well switch the pads if there were people in there.
But I snuck in anyway.
Did you want to see the Hot One group photo? The one with your mother in it?
I did, but what I really wanted to see was her jacket.
That jacket on display. That was Dr. Sykes's? Hot One exhibit updated in the court record.
But I should have known it was easy. It wouldn't be easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. Everything around me went hazy and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow, but I guess I passed out. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me.
Maybe you got confused and went the wrong way when you were trying to leave.
How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena? I was out until about noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into boarding lounge too. My mind must have still been fuzzy, because my memory is vague after that. I don't remember how I got home.
No memory, huh? This is gonna be tough.
Which means... What if I'm the one who... What if I'm the one who killed Clay?
I think that's enough of that. Athena, let's talk about something else. So, during the entire incident, she was unconscious in the Space Museum. Of course, I believe her. But will anybody else? What kind of research was Dr. Sykes, your mother, doing?
Machines that could tell people's emotions by their tone of voice. And my special ability. Someday when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said they had to be able to understand how their human companions felt. Wow! Robots that can understand people! I was just a convenient subject for her research. All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh! Sorry about that. I'm touching up all that old stuff.
No need to apologize. Because her home life was... complicated. Oh, by the way, Miss Wood said something about you were always wearing headphones.
She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as a part of her research. I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hated them so much, but she wouldn't listen. What were they for? Oh, she gave me some kind of explanation. But I don't remember now. It was too difficult for a little kid to understand.
Okay, but let me say this one thing. I don't think your mother only thought of you as some handy subject for her research.
I want to believe that. But just about the only things my mother left me with our widget. And this earring. Oh, it's beautiful! It's made of a piece of real moon rock she had for research. Maybe she did love me, in her own way.
I'm sure of it. I'm really sure she did. Because that's what I want to believe too. Moonrock earring added to the court record. An earring that Dr. Sykes gave to Athena. The stone was cut from a real rock that was being used for research. I'd better ask her a little more about her mother's research. I should show her that paper I found in the robotics lab.
Oh! The Ponko series! You must have gone to the robotics lab.
You seem to really love Ponko and Klonko. What the fuck, Floppy? You just sneezed on me. It was mean.
Yeah, my mother made them and I grew up around them, you know? Oh! There's one of those cute little robots in this photo, too. See Ponko's bandages? I put those on her. I just wound them around and around. A pretty bad job, huh? But I really put my all in it. I hardly left the center in those days, so I didn't have any human friends besides Junie. I didn't really understand the difference between robots and people back then. I thought that if a robot broke, bandaging it would help it get better. What a weirdo I was.
It looks like there's something written on the bandages.
Yeah, I wrote stuff like, "Get well soon, Ponko!" But in the end, my mom just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. Oh, that must be the thing I made move in the robotics lab. I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me, what she could do. A little girl who grew up around robots. She seems to have some good memories of it. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the Space Center?
Yes, a little. And this person has even taken hostages?
I guess I'd better spare her the news about Trucy. Well, after some negotiating, we agreed to do a retrial of the case from 7 years ago.
What? You're kidding me! So that means Prosecutor Blackwell might...
Yep, I know he's innocent. I just have to prove it. So, wait. Did you know him back then?
Yes. He used to come visit my mom a lot. He studied psychology under her, and would sometimes ask for advice on his legal cases. He was very kind and considerate, and straight as an arrow.
Unlike now, where he's more twisted than a basket of snakes.
That's why I took the witness stand during his trial 7 years ago. Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. He's heard it screaming that he didn't kill her. I was a fool. How could anybody else know what I was talking about?
She heard the voice of his heart.
You were only 11 then, right? You were very brave just to give testimony.
Pearls is right. You did the very best you could at the time.
But nothing I said did any good. I was a shaking and scared little girl, small and ineffectual. Even after I went to live with my relatives in Europe, I stayed closed up in my shell. But you're different now. You're always so bright and cheerful. Thanks. That's because one day I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. I wanted to save Simon, but I had no choice now. But I had no idea how. Then I met Mr. Wright, and thanks to him, I realized that if I became a lawyer, I could prove that Simon was innocent. I realized that if I became a lawyer, I could prove... Oh, yeah. I also realized that psychology could help me do this. I mean, psychology was my mother's specialty. When I studied it, I felt like she was there with me, supporting me.
It doesn't seem like Athena knows. The Prosecutor Blackwell is due to be executed tomorrow. Oh,
I wanted to prove Simon's innocence personally. I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him.
Come to think of it, she said something like that during Athena's Legal Academy trial. She mentioned there was somebody she wanted to save. She must have been talking about Prosecutor Blackwell.
I heard some prison guards say that you had an interview with Simon. How was he? What did he say?
No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? He was doing well.
He was happy about the possibility of being proven innocent.
He was? I wonder if he smiled, like he used to, back then.
If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in the trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I just have to free him. Failure is not an option here. Ah, I thought you might be in here. Mr. Lawyer, we're in trouble. We are? What is it? I couldn't find a single open courtroom. They're all in session.
I know, but this is an emergency.
It's very difficult to interrupt a trial once it's underway. My phone. It's from Trucy. I told you I'd give you 1 hour. I guess it's time to pick one of the hostages. No, wait. We still have a little more time. Besides, all of the courtrooms are being used right now. Make all the excuses you want, but you won't get more time. Your daughter is first. The poor thing. She's a little too young to die, don't you think? You're fucking evil. I don't like you. No, don't you dare hurt her. Has to be something I can do. The cruelest injustice is about to befall us.
Oh, this can't be happening. Mystic Maya, help us.
Maya's in another country. Wait a minute. Maya?
It's a minute that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom? That must have been really something. The weirdest part for the course with you.
A courtroom. Blew up. That's it. There is a courtroom we can use after all. Okay, time's up. Too bad. Any last words you'd like to say to her?
Hold it!
Aura, please don't add to the crimes you've already committed. So you know who I am, do you? It wasn't like I was trying to keep the secret anyway. We're ready to start the trial. We can hold it in the ruins of courtroom number 4. The one blown up by the bomber. It's the theme. The theme that they haven't used since case 2 or 1, I don't remember. Confess the truth.
Oh, what a wonderful idea, Mr. Nick.
I never would have thought of that. An astonishing trial in an astonishing location. I guess it's only misfitting. I'll go get the place ready right away.
I didn't exactly pick the place for its astonishing factor. How about it? Are you ready to have your brother's innocence proven? My brother? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to mention? It's not Simon you'll be defending. What? Not Prosecutor Blackwell? I indict Athena Sykes on the charge of murdering her own mother. You'll be defending the little princess there, the one behind the glass. What? See you in that mountain of rubble you've chosen for our courtroom, Mr. Wright. What is she talking about? Athena? Of course. Why didn't it ever occur to me before? If Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent, somebody else had to have been the true culprit. Did I kill my own mother? No. No! Black Psyche-Locks. Like Kristoff. No way. It can't be true.
Mr. Nick, what's the matter?
I see. I see 5 black psyche locks. I've seen these kinds of locks before. Dark, black locks protecting a secret hidden deep inside a person's heart. And there's no way to remove them. To be continued. Also, too bad, Phoenix. We're gonna remove them anyways. Fuck you. And we will start this final trial. I mean, there's only one court day. There's 2 chapters, but there's only one court day. And we'll start this final trial next time. Bye-bye!